Happy December 30th. I am Tiffany Almeida, and this is Coffee and a Card with Pretty and Paper Crafts. Only a few more days to take advantage of my special and get your Balmy Blue blends for free. You know, you get my Facebook Live projects from today if you place your order by Friday. Starting January 1st, I will have a new Stampin' reward code and a new free gift for placing an order. Now, January is going to be amazing though, because not only do you get the free gift from me, but you also get the free gift from Stampin' Up for the as far as the celebration item. So very, very cool. This is my most exciting favorite time of the year. So hello, Leah. Hi, Terry. Let's see. Did I say hi to everybody? How are you guys? I'm going to put this where I can see it. All right. I'm going to set this aside. Here's the link to order if you guys need it. Now, you guys were like, what are she talking about, this kit? So here's this project kit in the new occasions catalog, which I can't show you the inside of the catalog yet, not till January 3rd. But this caught my eye, this stamp set and this project kit caught my eye the minute I opened that catalog. My most favorite thing so far. And so the stamp set is just stunning by itself. It's got this beautiful detailed flowers, some beautiful leaves, and the sentiments with this font, adorable. But then I saw this project kit and it comes with 16, let's see, yeah, 4, 8, 12, 16. 16 cards and envelopes and this adorable package, which I have right here. This little box. Isn't this gorgeous? This is a card box. It's made out of vellum, or it's a very, actually a sturdy plastic, but it has a little snapped lid and I have all of my cards in here. I put this kit together last night and it was just so much fun. It was stunning and so easy to do. Now I have to show you, the envelopes have this beautiful Grapefruit Grove stripe in it, which is just beautiful. And then I made these little cards. These are so quick to make, so easy, and just beautiful. I love it. Absolutely stunning. So here's 4 cards. So the thing that inspired me the most about this kit was the color combination. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. I love the color combination of the Calypso Coral, the lovely lipstick, the Granny Apple Green, and the Grapefruit Grove. Just beautiful, beautiful cards. And I know that my camera's not doing them justice, but they are just stunning. So, and I did a little bit, I kind of mixed it up a little bit and did little, so like this one, this is a different stamp from a different set. This says, thank you for being so sweet. This one said, I just adore you. That's what actually came in the kit. But so very, very pretty. I love the detailed overlays, and that's what inspired me today, was to continue to create with the inspiration of this kit. So I made the kit cards, right? I have all the cards. But I'm like, I want to continue making beautiful cards with this kind of style. So I used the delightfully detailed laser cut designer specialty paper, which mine looks like a hot mess, but this is what that paper looks like. It's in the annual catalog, and it has these detailed laser cut overlays that you can use. And so I used 3 of them for my cards today. So I will show you what those cards look like. Here's one that I did with a watercolor wash in the background with 3 different colors. And then I put the lattice kind of overlay paper on top. So there's one of the cards we're making. This one, I used kind of that picture frame and I framed my flowers, which was super, super easy. This is just paper and stamping. This is really simple. You're gonna see how easy it is to recreate. So gorgeous. And then this one was kind of, this color combination to me is just very stunning. And this was just fun to take the flower overlays and kind of cut them out, put them on here, and then do a little sentiment with some of these cutout flowers. So, and then I took scraps from my project kit and punched leaves out of that sparkly green paper. I did not throw away my scraps, I will tell you. And I made these pretty leaves. So I'm going to show you how to make all 3 of these projects today. And if you place an order this week, I will send you all 3 of these projects to make, and plus my free gift if your order is over 50. So very, very exciting. I can't wait to show you guys how fun this is. So I'm going to actually start with this one because I said it's the easiest. I have the supplies that I need here. The color of the blue, Janie, is Coastal Cabana. Coastal Cabana. I probably said it wrong the first time I said it. Coastal Cabana is the blue, Grapefruit Grove is the orange, and then Lovely Lipstick and Granny Apple Green. I probably said that wrong the first time, I'm sorry. So the measurements are all on my project sheet on my blog. Make sure that you go over and check it out, and also enter my raffle. I am giving away December's paper pumpkin kit. I actually got 2 of them, and they were unorderable for anybody new. So you have a way of getting one now is by entering my raffle. You can win one of those December paper pumpkin kits. I'm so excited for that. So anyways, I have a piece of the Grapefruit Grove Designer Series in color paper, and the one side is polka dot and one side is stripes. And so I used the stripes because I was inspired by the striped envelopes for this one. Well, if you noticed, when I was cutting down, I cut it the wrong way. And so I thought, well, let's just try a polka dot side this time. So we'll do a polka dot one this time. It will be slightly different, but really no big deal. So let's go ahead and do our stamping, which is my favorite part. And we're going to stamp 3 flowers and some greenery on the bottom to make our little bouquet. Now this flower is a 2-step stamp. You've got the detail and then kind of the background. So I'm just gonna put one on each side here and get my lovely lipstick ink. And we are going to stamp a beautiful bouquet of flowers. So I started, let's see, I started here. And kind of put my bouquet to kind of stagger, not really overlapping, just kind of touching. Like so. And then I have the kind of background of the stamp. So this is the only tricky part, is just to line this up. I use the bottom as a guide and try to line it up that way. And hopefully I won't get ink everywhere. And there. And one more. Oop, I was off a little bit there, but it's so cool because it doesn't really matter, does it? I can even stamp it again, and this flower will be a little bit darker. There, I just kind of stamped that side a little bit to kind of fill it in. So I'm going to clean this off before I do any damage to myself or there's anything surrounding my area. But isn't that beautiful? That flower just gorgeous. It's so stunning. I absolutely love it. And then we'll do the greenery around it. Let's close this up. And I use the Granny Apple Green, which is one of my favorite greens. And I use 2 different of the leaves here. I use the kind of background shading leaf here. And I use some of this kind of twig looking shape to kind of give it, kind of ground it. Because when you stamp just the leaf, I'll show you, it just kind of looks like it's missing something because they're leaves. They're not really stems, right? Of course, it makes the image full, which is what we want. But it still doesn't look right. It still looks like the flowers are kind of floating, right? So then I took the little stem and I just stamped kind of 3 stems as if they were coming out of the flowers, like so. And that just kind of helped, kind of, like I said, just kind of ground things a little bit. And then we get, so this is pretty much all this card requires. Like, this is what I love. It's like so pretty and stunning. But this, it's just a gorgeous flower. And then I have this that we're going to put over the top of it. So you already have this beautiful bouquet. I just put some dimensionals. Now the kit comes with dimensionals, which is fabulous. This is what's left over after putting the whole kit together. And I was really generous with the dimensionals. So they give you plenty of adhesive. They give you the little glue dots, and they give you the dimensionals. They give you a whole pack of rhinestones, which we're going to use. So some of these elements are left over from the kit, and I'm just continuing to create cards with them. So here's the clips, the Grapefruit Grove baker's twine from the kit, the rhinestones from the kit. So there's a bunch of rhinestones left over, and the dimensionals. So this is kind of a kit that keeps on giving, and I love that. I love using up my scraps. So we're just going to put this over the top of that. See that? How pretty that is? And then we're going to just glue everything together. Yeah, the frame is very fun. Like, and that is what I love about that detailed laser cut specialty paper, is that it kind of does a lot of the work for these cards on its own. So I'm just gluing this piece of Whisper White down to the base. Not very straight, but neither am I, so that's okay. And then again, we're going to use the polka dot side this time. And then we'll glue this pretty bouquet of flowers onto our card. Like so. Ooh, I love the polka dots. That turned out really, really cute. And then I did a Billy Moan bow, inspired by Billy Moan. She's the one that taught me how to make this pretty, looking for my scissors, taught me how to make these pretty bows. So I just wrapped it around my fingers a couple times and then bunched it in the center, and we'll just wrap this around a couple times and tie a knot. Get this all bunched together here. Tie a knot, trim it, and you can pull the bows so that they're not all even, they're not all the same length. Just play with it. And then you put a glue dot, which I have glue dots left over from the kit. You get a whole sheet of these glue dots. They're pretty much similar to the paper pumpkin glue dots, but don't waste those. They work fabulous. And then I just stuck that in the center of my bouquet. Oops, did I not cut the other? There we go. And voila, you have a gorgeous, gorgeous card. Isn't that so sweet? Oops, I bumped the camera. Super, super sweet. Fun, simple card. And you can put a sentiment on the inside that's very near and dear to you. It could be a wedding, congratulations, birthday. Oh yeah, I added a little bit of bling. How could I forget my bling? So super, super simple and beautiful. That's why I love this kit. And I'm telling you, this kit inspired me with this laser cut paper and the color combinations of the kit. I mean, we could just keep going. We could just keep creating. It's just absolutely stunning. All right, so let's move on to the next kind of card here that I had in mind, which was this pretty one with the Coastal Cabana. I love Coastal Cabana, one of my favorite colors. And just moving that paper out of the way. And so it really requires nearly nothing at all. What I did was I cut out a piece of the flowers that come in this paper. So there's one piece that's just this big piece of flower. See this piece? It's just a bunch of flowers. So I just went through and I kind of clipped out an area. Oops, I'm trying to hold this back. Just kind of clipped out an area that was, you know, big enough for the surface of my card, so that I had some flowers and some leaves. I just kind of cut around where I wanted, and that's going to be what lays over our Coastal Cabana paper. I keep wanting to call it Calypso for some reason, but it's not. It's Coastal Cabana. And we're just going to put some glue down, and it makes a stunning background. I love this detailed laser cut paper. I'm going to keep saying that. You guys are going to be like, we know, Tiffany, you keep telling us, but I love it. And I'm just going to put some little dots of liquid glue around. Now you could use your silicone mat and a sponge, and you could sponge adhesive onto the back of this. But I just did little dots of adhesive everywhere to hold it down. And we'll just flip it over and place it on our card, like so. And it really doesn't matter. And everything's gonna be a little bit different depending on what you cut out from your laser cut paper. But isn't that gorgeous? The lighting seems really dark in here today for some reason, and I'm really sorry for that. I have every single light possibly on in this room, but it's just not cutting it. Okay, so the next thing I did was I stamped the sentiment, "I just adore you," because this seems like a pretty card for a sentiment like that. And I did that in lovely lipstick. And I used that tailored tag punch to punch it out. Well, actually, I'm going to keep this out because I need it. I just adore you. Just put that there. And then we are going to stamp the flowers again. I did 3 of them, and the great thing about these flowers is they're super easy to fussy cut. So do not even stress it. Very, very simple image to cut. If you can cut out a Santa, you can cut out a flower. So I'm just doing the background piece of the stamp, like so. 3 beautiful flowers. Just cleaning it off here so I don't make a mess. There we go. Should probably clean off the sentiment as well. Okay. And then I'm gonna get my paper cutting scissors. Ooh, I better put this away. I almost had my elbow in it. And we'll just fussy cut these out real quick. So did you guys all have a fabulous Christmas? I hope you did. Or holidays or whatever you celebrate. Hopefully you got some time with the family. I have family in town, so it's been a lot of family time and not very much crafting time, believe it or not. Last week I said I spent my time in pajamas kind of lounging around trying to get myself rest and relaxation. And then the family's been in town, so we've been doing a lot of things with them. And I just haven't had, oh, and my husband's been home. I think that's like the major factor. My husband's been home, so I haven't been able to kind of like escape into my craft room. So it was a welcome relief to be like back in it and designing and playing. But I definitely enjoyed the rest as well. No dies to cut these flowers, unfortunately. So, but you can see they're simple, easy little patterns to cut around. Can't be afraid of a little fussy cutting. Not if you want your images to pop, because not every stamp set comes with a framelit. That would be kind of spendy if it did, right? And where would we store all the dies? Sometimes it's nice to just do a little cutting, just a little bit, not a lot. Let's not go crazy, right? But just a little bit. And then, remember how I told you that I kept all my scraps? This is the scraps from my kit. And I just cut out pieces of the leaf, just this middle piece here, to get myself a little leaf. And I just cut out 3. There. See, I still have so much more of this beautiful glittery paper. I used the leaf punch for that. And we'll just throw away these little scraps. And we will put these flowers together. So what I did was I put adhesive on the back of my flowers. Oops. So that I could stick my leaves onto them. And then I put this up on dimensionals. This little sentiment here. So I just adore you. Like so. This one I put all the way to the side for some reason, but whatever. I'm never really the same on anything. That's the beauty of crafting. You can do what you feel like at the moment. It's just paper. So I've got 2 leaves behind this one, and I'm just using the adhesive on the back to stick my leaves to it. And then I am going to put this one on dimensionals. And I'm going to stick it right above my label, just overlapping slightly, hopefully not covering up the words. Like so. And then we have 2 more, and we'll put a leaf here. And then we have this one that we'll just put right over the top there. And then you have this beautiful little card. I love the colors. The colors to me are just stunning. But oh, and then I put a little bit of bling on my flowers. So I took some of these little flowers and I just put a rhinestone in the center of them, just for some extra bling. Bling on top of bling. Can't have enough of that. And there you go. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous cards. Love that. Okay, last but not least, probably my favorite of all of them, is this pretty kind of watercolor wash background. And so we have our pieces that we need. We have a piece of that lattice or whatever it's called of the delightfully detailed laser cut paper. We have a piece of Whisper White that we're going to cut using the new rectangle framelits. They're stitched and I love them. So we're going to be using that. That's also in the Occasions catalog. I cannot wait for you guys to be able to play with that. We need a piece of watercolor paper, a piece of Granny Apple Green that we're going to punch our leaves out of, and then our thick Whisper White for our base. So let's go ahead and do the watercoloring because that will take a minute to dry. And I have my handy dandy paper towel and my aqua painter. And the 3 colors we need are Lovely Lipstick, Grapefruit Grove, and Granny Apple Green. You just smush the lid into your ink so that you have a nice inky palette here to use for your watercoloring. Okay, so you've got your 3 colors. I started with Lovely Lipstick at top and then went down to the green at the bottom. The first step that you need to do is make sure that your paper is nice and wet. I mean, you want it super wet. So you're just going to ink that up. Okay, so it's really wet. Then you're going to pick up the color and wash it across your paper. And you can see that the ink runs with the water. Okay, and you only want to go about 1/3 of the way down because we're going to also use orange, or the Grapefruit Grove is the correct word. Grapefruit Grove and Granny Apple Green. So once you've got as much as you need there, you're going to move to the next color. So I'm going to move to Grapefruit Grove, pick up that color, and start right here. Don't want to pick up too much of the pink. Want to keep the pink up where it belongs. And you will probably have to do a couple layers of the Grapefruit Grove to get it to stand out. Lots of lovely lipstick, I feel. Okay. Watermelon colors. I didn't even think about that. My husband, I showed him my project last night. He goes, they're very spring colors, very bright spring colors. I said, he goes, are you ready for spring? Are you thinking spring? And I said, well, yes, but I was just really inspired by the kit colors. I was just kind of following the kit colors because why reinvent the wheel? Why not, you know, build off of something that's already been, designed beautifully by Stampin' Up. So then I have my Granny Apple Green at the bottom. I started down at the bottom and worked my way up because I want the darkest color to be away from the Grapefruit Grove. okay? And then you can kind of start to blend them a little bit. And I really think that's it. You don't need a whole bunch. Doesn't need to be super bright. And it's okay if your paper curls, because it will eventually flatten once it starts to dry out. I'm going to set these out of the way, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of pat the sides, because that's kind of where the color seems to pool, the water seems to pool, is on the sides. Dry off this here real quick, and we're just going to let this dry for a minute. If we need to use the heat gun, we will, but I'm just going to set that aside while we work on our sentiment here. And I'm going to just use I'm going to put this out of the way. I'm going to use my new rectangle stitched framelits. Oh my gosh, I was so excited when these came out. Thank you, Karen, for sharing. This is the new stitched rectangles, and they come in so many fabulous sizes. And what I love is that it's stitched on both ends. So it cuts out the inner square. I don't know if I can explain this. It cuts out the inner square and does stitching, but the outside impression of the square, this is also stitched so that you could use it as a stitched frame if you wanted to. So it stitches the inside and stitches the outside. So that was fabulous thinking on Stampin' Up's part for doing that. And so I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. I used the smallest rectangle there in the center to cut out my square or my rectangle. And we're just going to bring the big shot into view here real quick. Put this down and cut this out. And I want to show you what it does on both pieces. I gotta move this cord, it's in my way. And of course it's shaking everything. There we go. Oh my gosh, it shifted. Oh shoot, we'll have to cut it again. But what I wanted to show you is that, see how it's stitched around the outside impression, but it also stitched around the inside. So I love that double stitching that it does. It's so clever, but I have to get another piece. So we'll find another scrap here. And we'll cut it again. Don't shift this time. It only likes to do that on Facebook Live, apparently. Smart, Janie. Love your planning ahead. You're so organized. So there we go. So now you have two images, and you could cut again around that top and create a frame if you wanted to with the scrap. So we'll set that aside, and we'll put my stitch framelit away because I love that. And you can make different sizes, and oh, we could have a lot of fun with these framelits. Very excited to add these to my arsenal. Uh-oh, got watercolor on my... Go, set that aside. Okay, so now we have this, and we're going to stamp in Grapefruit Grove. This beautiful stamp, the sentiment, hope your day is as amazing as you. Love this sentiment, and I love the font. Very, very fond of it. So we have, I hope your day is as amazing as you. Something I would write inside every one of your birthday cards. So, there we are. Look at that. Fits perfectly inside of our rectangle. I love it. Font of the font, huh? Janie, font of the font. All right, so we got that cleaned off. And put this away. Oops, upside down. Okay, I guess since we're finished with the stamping, we probably want to just quickly give this a nice little air dry here with the heat gun. So I'm just going to turn this on. And see how it starts to flatten as it dries. So don't panic if your paper starts to curl. It's absolutely normal, and as it dries, it lays flat and it will start to curl the other way. So that's why I stopped, because I don't want it to curl upward. But so yeah, so that's really, don't panic if your paper starts to curl. It can be fixed, I promise. So I'm going to use just a tiny, tiny bit of the Tombow around the frame. You can also use the fine tip glue pen, which is a great adhesive for all this detailed work, which I should have probably done, but I really like Tombow. Tombow's really sticky and it sticks real quick, but it is kind of messy and it will stick to your fingers. So I'm just gluing that to my watercolor. So there you go. Now you have this pretty kind of framed color, and you're going to put this on our base here, but we're going to wrap some of this gorgeous baker's twine around it first. I love that there was extras in the kit that I could use on different projects. I'm just wrapping it around twice and going to tie a bow over here to the side. So this is going to be my class, as we're going to be getting together to make this kit, and it comes with 16 cards. And I am going to design 4 more cards to give it a total of 20 cards. So the kit will include the projects plus my 4 projects. And you can get it with the stamp set, or you can come to my house and you can use my stamp set. So there's some options for that as well. I'll be posting information about that class as soon as it's available. It'll be my January class. Really excited for that. I'm putting some dimensionals on the back of my rectangle here. And, oop, don't want to glue that down yet. I need to punch my leaves. I'm going to punch 3 leaves. 1, 2, 3. I don't know how that glitter got in here. Okay, so then we're just going to, I'm going to put some liquid glue around the top here and around the bottom here. I should have just put it under my dimensional, but I did not think of it. So there's 1. And there's 2 around the top, and then, oops, stick, buddy, stick. And then we got 1 for the bottom. Okay, and then we can stick this down. I'm going to put a dimensional on the top and bottom so that we have some adhesive around the baker's twine. You just put that over the top, glue that down, and then we're going to glue this. Oh, I actually put that on dimensionals as well. Put some dimensionals. See, I'm telling you, I was generous with the dimensionals, and I still have a ton of these that come in the kit. The kit does not come with the ink that you need, though. It does come with the adhesive and all the embellishments and all the envelopes and cards, but it doesn't come with the ink, so you'll need the ink for this. And showing who's boss at the leaves. And there you go. Look at that, so pretty. I love this card. This card's so stunning. And it was really fairly simple, right? None of these cards were super complicated, but I just love how they, oh, hold your horses, people. We got to put some bling on this project. We got to put some bling. I keep forgetting the bling today. I got rusty in my week of laziness. There we go. Gorgeous. So fun. Anyways, this kit really inspired me to make these other kind of detailed laser cut paper. I love the overlays, just make for some stunning cards. This kit, it was so much fun and very therapeutic for me to put together in really like an hour's time. I had 16 beautiful cards. This whole box could be a gift to someone who needs cards. Maybe they can't make cards, but they want to send out thank you cards to friends. Maybe they're in the hospital. Maybe they are in a nursing home, or, you know, just someone that's maybe stuck at home for bad weather. But this would be a fun kit to do with someone else or to do and give away as a gift. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys love it. Don't forget about my Balmy Blue blends. And if you need a catalog, let me know. If you want to be in my ribbon and paper share, let me know. Comment, message me, whatever you need to do, and I will get you the link to register. But you guys have a fabulous week and happy crafting until I see you again next Sunday for Coffee and a Card. Thank you guys. Bye.